Hello everyone, this is Niha Yadav, your trainer for the session. It's a pleasure to be here today. In this session, I'll be discussing on the topic that is AI driven tools for grading and feedback. So AI powered tools have changed the way we approach grading and feedback. These systems analyze student responses not only for correctness but also for deeper insights into their learning patterns and progress. In our previous episode, we had discussed the role of AI in modern student assessment. So, that was basically about how AI is enabling more objective, timely, and comprehensive assessment methods, reducing biases, and providing students with personalized feedback that help them grow. So that was our previous session, previous topic, and today we will be discussing the AI driven tools for grading and feedback. So let me share my screen and start with the topic that is AI driven tools for grading and feedback. So revolutionizing education with AI powered grading. Now, here in today's presentation, we will be discussing the introduction to AI driven tools for grading and feedback, where you get an overview of AI driven tools for grading and feedback, how they work, and the potential benefits which you get when you use them. Advantages of using AI driven tools for grading and feedback, where you will be exploring the advantages of AI driven tools for grading and feedback, such as providing objective grading and reducing workload for educators, and that will help the students as well. But everything comes with certain limitations, so that also we'll be discussing today. Discussing the limitation of AI driven tools for grading and feedback, including the potential for bias and the importance of human feedbacks. So, all this we'll be covering in our today's presentation. So, let's start with the introduction to AI driven tools for grading and feedback. AI driven tools for grading and feedback basically uses the machine language or machine learning algorithms to analyze the student work and provide the grades and feedback to them. Thus, it will reduce the workload of the educator, the teacher, and provide more objective grading to our students, which will help the teacher as well as the student, because the teacher can work more on the topics where he or she feels that his or her students need more attention rather than just checking the papers. Next is versatile usage. So, AI driven tools for grading and feedback can be used for a variety of assignments, such as your essays, quizzes, exams. Majorly, it helps in both subjective and objective assessments. It provides a consistent and objective evaluation across different assignments, and it increased the popularity. AI driven tools for grading and feedback are becoming popular day by day due to their ability to save time and provide objective feedback. And it enables the teachers to focus more on teaching and less on grading, because your AI is there to help you, assist you in the grading system. So, yes, it is becoming really popular day by day. Then we get another question: what are AI driven tools for grading and feedback? So, objective grading and feedback basically uses, as I said earlier, machine learning algorithm to analyze the student work and provide the accurate and objective grading and feedback. And it reduces the subjectivity of grading. It will be unbiased, where teachers will only focus on the improvement. And of course, I would not say that it is 100% done with AI driven tools. It needs human intervention, but only in the outliers, not in all the topics or in all the checking process. Then it do save our time. So it's a time saving process or tool. So AI driven tools for grading and feedback can save time for teachers by automating the grading of assignment and providing timely feedback. It's not that the teacher is busy with the grading system, grading process, and then start with another topic, another session without giving the appropriate feedback to the students. So it is basically or specially for your large classes and assignments that require a lot of grading, and of course where the feedback process becomes really lengthy. So just to cut short, teachers can take help from AI driven tools and can focus more on the improvement of their students. Now, how do AI driven tools for grading and feedback work? Very simple. It works on natural language processing. Of course, machine learning algorithm is also there, but the most important thing is natural language processing that makes it really easy, or like a cupcake. You just need to grab it and eat it. So, AI driven tools for grading and feedback use natural language processing to analyze student work and provide feedback for grammar errors, sentence structure, argumentation, for anything and everything. So you don't need to bother yourself being an educator that I need to work on every sphere, or maybe I need to recheck the work done by AI. No, AI do understand natural language, so it works on grammar, sentence, arguments, everything. Even it understands emotions. So that's the beauty of AI. Then we do have machine learning algorithms. So AI driven tools for grading and feedback use machine learning algorithm to analyze the student work and provide feedback for a wide range of writing styles, from simple grammar errors to complex arguments. Anything and everything can be taken care by your AI driven tools, because it needs your understanding, your training. The models need to be trained by you. So the way you train them, they will analyze the data in the similar way and they work in the way you want them to work. So that's why I said that's the beauty of AI driven tool. It is a combination of technology as well as the emotions which comes from an educator or a teacher. So yes, it's technical, but it is conceptual as well. Then we come to the benefits of AI driven tools for grading and feedback. First, objective grading. So this tool provide objective grading, eliminating any bias that may occur in human gradings and ensuring fairness to all the students. I may not get biased in all the grading system or processes, but sometime being human, we can say yes, we may like some student and we may overgrade them on certain aspects, or we may not like some students and we, even if they are writing the right answers, we may get biased on their attitudes or their performance overall. So that is not there in the AI driven tools. The grading is 100% objective. So even if a good student is writing a wrong answer, that will not be considered as a correct answer. Then reduced grading time and workload. So AI driven tools can grade assignments much more faster. than your humans. Of course, reducing the grading time and workload for your instructors and allowing them to focus on other important tasks, majorly the improvement of their students and customized feedback to individual students. So, AI driven tools can provide customized feedback to individual students based on their strengths, their weaknesses, where they need to emphasize more, where they can do better, helping them improve their skills and achieve better grades. So, your AI can help to uplift to their grades and their knowledge, and you, being an educator, can help them to do so. So, that is the benefit, or I would say, really a benefit for students, where they get the timely feedback and what they need to improve, they can improve that. Then, providing objective grading and feedback, AI driven tools for grading and feedback provide objective grading and feedback, and it reduce the bias and ensure that students receive consistent and fair feedback, which is very important because our students should get timely feedback, and that feedback needs to be unbiased. Of course, I'm not saying that we don't need educators, we don't need teachers to uh, involve or get involved in the grading process or even in the feedbacks. No, nothing like that. But here, AI will figure out what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, and may work on the gaps and give you, as an educator, some script, I would say, which will help you to know that from where you need to start, how you can help your students to understand their strengths and weaknesses, and that too timely in a particular time frame. So that is the major impact of AI driven tools for grading and feedback. So reducing grading time and workload. So challenges of grading. Grading, of course, can be a tedious and time consuming task, especially particularly for large classes. If I have, let's say, 5 students to grade, perfect. 50 may be okay. 500 may not be. So it basically helps you to do your work faster, and even if not faster, at least timely. So it can also be challenging to provide meaningful feedback to each student. Like, I may be very energetic when I will start with the checking process, but when I am done with near about 100 of grading or checking, I may get a little bored, or tedious task may make me a little lethargic. Then in that case, I may not be very interested or enthused about the rest of the grading process. So my AI driven tools will help me to make this task more interesting, and it will help me to understand where I need to focus more. And if we need to intervene, we can check the outliers, where we need improvement, where we need to focus. So AI driven grading tools basically reduce grading time and workload for the instructors. They can also provide more consistent and objective evaluation, which is helpful for both the educator as well as the student. And customizing feedback to individual students, which is really important because we cannot have one sort of feedback for all our students. One student may be good in one topic, another may need more practice or maybe improvement in the same topic. So we need to have that customized feedback to all our individual students based on their strengths, their weaknesses, where they need improvement, where they are good already. They can leave it. Of course, leaving doesn't mean that they need to put it aside, but of course, they can consider it towards the end as well. And this allows instructor to provide more targeted and effective feedback, which can help students improve their performance over a period of time. Nothing can be changed overnight. We all know that. And one size doesn't fit all. That is also the truth. So, one feedback or one sort of feedback may not be good for all the students. So, we need some sort of customization which help our students to understand their strengths, their weaknesses. But as we all know, everything comes with some limitations also, like a coin have two sides, the pros and cons, the benefits and the limitations. So for AI driven tools, also we have limitations. First is potential for bias and discrimination. Your AI driven tools for grading and feedback can perpetuate bias and discrimination as they are programmed using historical data that may contain the biases, and this can result in unfair grading and feedback for certain group of people. I'm not saying this is always, and I'm not saying that this cannot be corrected, but yes, this is a limitation which, if we do not consider, this will surely hamper our grading process. So we need to be very clear about our tools, or I would say our AI's training. We need to use a proper training of our models so that they do not have any biased grading process or results, or any sort of discrimination should be avoided. So this can be corrected with the training of our model. Second is lack of context and subjective analysis. Yes, this is also a limitation. This is basically the ability to analyze the context and provide subjective analysis, which can lead to inaccurate grading and feedback. Like sometime my model is trained for ABC, but the student is writing about DEF, which is also correct, which is also a context. But because my model is not trained on DEF, it may give a wrong, I would say, an inaccurate grading and a wrong feedback. So I need to understand my models are trained well. And of course, we need to look at the outliers. This is not there in all the results, but yes, in certain aspects, it may have problems. Then the last one, importance of human feedback and interaction. We cannot leave our students just based on AI grading or feedback or AI driven tools. We cannot leave them because our human touch is really important. AI cannot replace the importance of educators, human feedback, interactions. That human touch is really important. I'm not saying that AI is not 100% useful. No, it is. It is really useful. It helps you, it saves your time, it is accurate. But of course, human involves or comes with human touch. And that is really important when it comes to educator and student relationship. So this can help in providing a more personalized and meaningful feedback to individuals. So, of course, you can take advantage, you can take help from your AI driven tools, but don't forget to check the outliers. Don't forget to see where your human involvement, your human feedback, interactions are important. You can use it as a start, but of course, you need to continue. You need to complete it. So, all these limitations can be covered, all these gaps can be filled with your human touch. Now, potential for bias and discrimination, susceptibility to bias. AI driven tools for grading and feedback can be susceptible to bias and discrimination, particularly if they are trained on biased data or use flawed algorithms. Because my models need to be trained on variety of information, variety of data. And if it is not trained in that way, then of course it will be biased. So this can lead to inaccurate grading and feedback that will unfairly penalizes certain groups of students. So don't forget to your train your model in a way that it use multiple information, or I would say uh, information from different sources. So it's really important to use a good training model so that you do not get the biased grading or feedback for your student. And ensuring fairness to ensure that AI driven tools and uh, your processes are fair and unbiased. It is important to use a really good high quality data and robust algorithm, and to regularly monitor and evaluate the systems to uh, basically come over or to reduce any sort of potential bias or discriminations. So you need to check your models regularly, continuously, so that you get the accurate result every time and anytime. Lack of context and subjective analysis. So, limitation of AI driven grading tools. Basically, your AI driven tools comes with some limitations, and they may be limited in their ability to understand the context. As I said, I may have trained my model on ABC, but my student is writing a different aspect of the question, which may have DEF involved in the answer, and my AI is not trained on DEF. It may not consider DEF as the correct consideration or answer. So, this context needs proper assessment, so that ability of understanding the context and nuances of student work, particularly in more subjective areas such as art, music, and even technology, because everything comes with different aspects, different context. We cannot say that there is only one way of doing something. No, I may know one way, but the other person may know other way. So to understand that another way, we need to be subjective with our answers or understanding, or of course we need to update our AI over a period of time. That's why I said that AI models needs to be updated regularly. So this is one limitation, but yes, with regular updation, continuous monitoring, you can overcome this. Subjectivity in art and music. And not, as I said, it's not only art and music, it's with every industry or every aspect. Your AI driven may struggle to analyze more subjective assignments, such as your art or music, which require a nuanced understanding of aesthetic, style, creativity, and as I said, everyone may come up with their own way to portray something. There is no one way of doing something. So we need to understand that AI model may need to be trained over a period of time, continuously, regularly, whatever you say, and with your updation, you may get better results. So that's why it's important to understand all the context. And of course, with updation, upgradation, you can improve this. The importance of human feedback and interaction, as I said earlier, we cannot replace human with AI. So the value of human feedback cannot be overstated in education. It basically provides guidance, mentorship, personalized support to help students succeed. All this is really important for any student, beginner, intermediate, advanced level, at any level. So AI driven tools basically act as a supplement to human feedback. So these tools can be grateful, can be helpful in grading and providing feedback, but they should be used to supplement rather than replacing human feedback and interaction. So we cannot replace human, we cannot replace educator, teachers with AI driven tools. But of course, we can use them so that we can ease our job, we can utilize our time in more productive ways. So, what is the conclusion of today's presentation? We get to know about the benefits of AI driven tools. So, benefits include providing objective grading, reducing the workload of educators, and providing customized feedback to all the individual students. And another is limitation of AI driven tools. As we know that everything comes with some benefits and limitation, same goes with our AI driven tools. So your instructors should also consider those limitations which we had discussed in this presentation, and the major limitations are potential for bias and the importance of human feedback and informed decisions. So by understanding the uses and limitations of AI-driven tool for grading and feedback, instructors can make informed decisions about how to best use these tools to support student learning. So as I said, AI is there to help you. AI is there to assist you, but you are the main pilot, or I would say you are the one who will be working on the entire process involving the training of AI model, working on the outliers, providing human touch to your feedbacks, everything. So AI is there to help you, not to replace you, work with you, assist you, help you to make your job, your task easy, and freeing you to focus or work on more human intensive tasks. So that's about today's presentation. I hope you like it and stay tuned for our next presentation. Thank you.